At dawn, on a quiet beach in Japan, a man stepped out of a small boat holding a sword carved from an oar. He was late. Again. Across the sand waited one of the most famous swordsmen in the country, angry, impatient, gripping a blade longer than most men's arms. Minutes later, that swordsman would be dead. The man with the wooden sword was Miyamoto Musashi, and this was not luck. This was the end of a life shaped entirely by violence. Musashi was born in 1584 into a Japan that had forgotten peace. War was everywhere. Villages burned, clans fought endlessly, and children learned the sound of steel before they learned safety. His mother died early. His father, a skilled but distant swordsman, offered training but little warmth. Musashi grew up feral, unwashed, angry, often alone. People didn't see promise in him. They saw a problem. At 13 years old, Musashi challenged that world. His opponent was Arima Kahei, a grown samurai. The duel was supposed to teach the boy humility. Instead, Musashi rushed him, knocked him to the ground, and beat him to death with raw force. No elegance, no mercy, just survival. When it was over, there was no cheering, only the realization that a child had crossed a point of no return. From then on, Musashi never belonged anywhere. He became a ronin, a masterless warrior, wandering Japan with no home, no protection, and nothing to lose. Wherever he went, he challenged sword schools that had spent generations perfecting their craft. And he broke them. Musashi fought duel after duel, more than 60 by some accounts, against men stronger, older, more experienced. Sometimes against several opponents at once. He did not fight beautifully. He fought correctly. While others polished steel blades, Musashi often used wooden swords. They were lighter, faster, and just as deadly. And worse, they humiliated those who lost to them. He ignored tradition. He ignored honor. He even ignored the rules of swordsmanship, fighting with two swords at once when everyone said it was wrong. To Musashi, combat was not art. It was nature. And nature rewarded those who adapted. Over time, he realized something deeper. Most battles were decided before the first strike. Fear, impatience, ego, these were weaknesses sharper than blades. Musashi began arriving late to duels on purpose. His opponents would wait under the sun, anger rising, focus slipping. By the time Musashi appeared, calm and unreadable, they were already defeated. That understanding led him to the duel that made him a legend. Sasaki Kojiro was everything Musashi was not: refined, celebrated, admired. His sword was famous. His reputation unquestioned. When they agreed to fight, Musashi arrived by boat, deliberately late, carving a sword from the oar as he traveled. When they met, Kojiro mocked the crude weapon. The fight ended in a single moment. One perfectly timed strike shattered Kojiro's skull. Musashi turned and walked away immediately, knowing that victory without awareness was death waiting to happen. Despite his fame, Musashi never softened. He never married. Never settled. He lived simply, often poorly, studying not only combat but painting, calligraphy, sculpture, and strategy. He believed a warrior who understood only fighting understood nothing at all. In his final years, he withdrew from the world and wrote the Book of 5 Rings. It wasn't a guide to killing. It was a guide to seeing, timing, awareness, emptiness, and understanding reality without illusion. When death came in 1645, Musashi met it seated upright, dressed, awake, and alone, the same way he had lived. He left behind no dynasty, no army, no throne, only a life that proved the most dangerous weapon was never the sword, but the mind that knew exactly when to use it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and keep a comment.